Hi, my name is Patricia Saynes. I go by Pat. I live in a suburb of Chattanooga, Tennessee called Saudi Daisy, and I'm applying for orientation and mobility training. And the reason I'm doing that is over the past 16 years, I've gone from having a little vision to being visually impaired, and now it's basically to the point that I'm more blind than not. I have no vision in my right eye. I have very little shape and shadow only. It looks just like fog, white fog in my left eye. My right eye is black fog, and my left eye is it's a white fog. So that's basically how I see. I've already enclosed information from my eye doctor that gives you my professional diagnosis, as well as my physical from my primary care physician. My friend Ivy is here today, and she's going to be asking me the questions, so I'll go to her.
I think, let's see, what's your weekly travel routine?
I'm a very stay-at-home person, but I do have specific things I do each week. Starting on the first day of the week is Sunday, and I go to church on Sunday. I have a friend from church who picks me up. He brings me, he comes to the door, gets me, and takes me in his car. When I get to church, he does tough love. He makes me pull out the cane and walk from his car to the church entrance every week, and I get rated by all the greeters to how I did that week. So I use my cane to go from the car to the church. And that's how I also get around in the church, is just by feeling. The fortunate thing is I've been going to church there for almost 30 years, so I know each and every little spot in the church. So I'm very familiar with the walls, the doors, and what's where. So it's easy for me to use my cane and be oriented as to where I am in that building. The same with my house. I've lived here at least 16 years, and I'm very familiar with the inside of my house. Secondly, as I mentioned in another part of the video, I call my groceries in, so I don't do a lot of outside shopping, but I do have family members that will take me shopping just to get out sometimes. And on a weekly basis, I like to go get my nails done, and that's usually by a family member will take me there and walk me in. I also go visit my niece, who has 3 very small children, once a week, maybe just to go give her just a little rest and play with the kids with her, a few hours. And she does have steps, so I'm able to go down her steps, and I've pretty much patterned the walk from the driving area through her hallway and down the steps. So that's something we'll probably demonstrate.
Are there any routes that you would like to do once you've completed training that you don't currently travel?
My goal at this point is to use, now that I'm over 60, I'm 61 by the way, now that I'm over 60, the state of Tennessee Department of Human Services will provide me transportation to and from doctor's visits, to and from appointments such as that, eye appointments, dentist appointments, and that's something I'd like to be able to utilize. My grandchildren are older and have gone to college now, and they're so great to come and get me, as well as I've got nephews, nieces, and 2 sons, but I'm running them to death. I need to be more independent and be able to get in an Uber or a government Lyft and go where I need to go on my own. To be able to navigate the inside of my doctor's office, and unfortunately it's brand new. As of last week, I have a new doctor's office. So those are some of the things that are on my list of goals, is to be able to orient myself and be able to travel comfortably at different places. I thought I'd give you a background on what training I have had with the cane. When I first lost my vision back in 2008, I had very minimal cane training, maybe I think 6 sessions of about an hour apiece. and that has been since 2008. And I didn't use my cane after that point because I could still see enough that I felt like I could get around safely, or I was always with a sighted guide. So unfortunately, I didn't hone my skills at that time. I had a small refresher about a year ago here locally at the signal centers, but a lot of their teaching was different than what I learned in 2009, and it just made me realize how much I don't know. Most of how I use the cane is probably completely in error. I shouldn't, it's self-taught, so it's probably not the correct way. I use it more for a feeler than I should. I have used it to go up and down steps. Fortunately, at my house, I'm built on a slab, on a concrete slab. So I actually have no thresholds, no entrance steps, no exit steps. There's no steps in my house whatsoever. The only time I incur steps is when I'm out in public. I also live in a very rural area. I'm not in an urban city. I don't have crosswalks, sidewalks. I don't have a lot of that I have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So therefore, my actual road is gravel. It's not even a paved road with sidewalks. Therefore, I don't have intersections and stop lights and buttons that you push to make your light cross and stuff. I don't have that available unless I go down into the city, which I try to avoid at all costs. I don't care for the city. I do have the availability of going to buildings. When I go to church on Sunday, I do use my cane around the church building, and there are steps, and I'm familiar with where the steps are and how to go down the steps using the cane. I'm just not available to go to there right now and put it on film. I'm looking forward to having the full correct training for the O&M training to really help me do what I need to do on a daily basis. Hi, this is the portion that I show you my home. I've lived here, I think I said earlier, for about 16 years. I have a kitchen and living room, great room. It's kind of all together. I'm able to stand at my sink and talk to family as we watch TV. I live in this home with my youngest son, Daniel. We've lived here. I lost my husband 3 years ago, and my son has basically been my caregiver since then. Not that I'm decrepit completely, but it does take a lot of help, and I'm so very fortunate to have him as well as other family members to help me out. This is the kitchen area. I don't use a cane in the house because I have my floor plan memorized. I even sweep and mop, and people will ask me, well, how do you know where you swept? And I have this crazy mind that my house is a grid, like it's on graph paper, and I see where the couches are and everything, and I know which direction I need to go and how many swipes it takes with the vacuum or the broom. So it's a lot of do and do again and just memorizing, but I keep it clean. I don't have too many complaints. This is, like I say, the kitchen, stove, refrigerator, microwave, dishwasher. Those are all very handy, as well as for safety's sake and for my use sake, my kids have decided I need an Alexa in every room, so I have that in each room, this being the break room. Outside this door is our garage where our washer and dryer is, as well as access to the outside. We also keep a fire extinguisher right outside this door. My living room has got a nice seating area that my family can sit in. My lights are controlled again by Alexa. Alexa, turn off couch light. Thank you. She didn't, did she? Alexa, turn off couch light. There she goes. She's just a little slow today. And we have a hallway right here to the front door and to the bedrooms. This is the entrance to the house through the front door. I have push button locks on my door, and all of the emergency people in the area have my code, as well as all my family members. It's very handy. You can lock it as people leave. They can lock me in, and just without one lock, I feel secure. Down this way goes to the bedrooms and bath. Hi again. This is the other end of my house. We start with the guest bath, which is here. Travel down, which is this hallway is 15 steps from one end to the other. This door, it's closed because my son works from home 2 days a week, so he's working, so I'll leave him alone. This room is my bedroom. That's where I live half my time, it seems like. On a daily basis, I don't go to a gym, but I do my exercises at home. I was very fortunate to meet with an instructor, and they gave me a routine to do. I use 2-pound weights, which isn't much, but for an old lady, it works. That helps me with my tremors. I do have essential tremors. You've probably seen me shaking in the video. They're manageable. They're not hampering my ability to do daily living at this time. And my last is I have a spare bedroom, guest bedroom, and it also has my computer set up, which I have Zoom Text, and Zoom Text helps me do all my own billing. I'm able to read daily news or listen to daily news. I'm even a Facebooker. I like to listen to my friends and family on Facebook and what they have to post. This is a spot where I like to spend a lot of time. I listen to audiobooks. I eat 3 or 4 books a week by listening to them, and this is probably my favorite book spot right here in my bedroom. Also, I had a 16-year-old miniature German Shepherd, and she passed away in June of this year. We had her a bed in each room, one here. I had one in the living room and one in the den or the spare bedroom, and we like to make the home as free as possible to our pets, which I do have at this time one cat. I have one cat that owns us. I think that's how the way it goes with cats. They don't have to be owned. They want to own you. But this is my bedroom, and I stay here a lot. Not a lot. I don't feel like I'm reclusive, but I do have social anxiety when I get in crowds, especially in the dark. If it's dark and loud, I don't want to be there. But I'm working on it. It's, day by day we do things that we don't want to do, and this is one of them that I'm working on. Coming from my hallway, this is we don't know what to call it, guest room, den, computer room, but this is where I do all of my work as far as billing, grocery ordering, and that's what I'm doing today. I have to order some groceries. I'm very fortunate the fact that they offer that in our area, and all I have to do is click a button and they'll bring it to my door. So we go to Walmart. We just find the search page, which I've got too much light behind me right now because we needed it for the camera.
Address and search bar https www.bing.com search.
So anyway, my Zoom text will allow me to order as I go, and when I run out of something or need something and think about it, I come put it in my order. Then I'll check out when I get ready, and they'll bring it to my door. This is the outside of my front of my house. I'm very fortunate also to have a backyard that's completely fenced in. But this is where we keep my deliveries. I'll Walmart and get my groceries, and they bring them and put them right here. I can take them right inside. It's really handy. I'll leave these here by the door and show you how I make it to the mailbox.
It looks so good.
This is the thank you for my interviewer and my film guy. I have my microwave number, so I can hit the numbers like 4. The one just fell off. We have a rule at my house, if the number falls off in your food, you get $1. 4 minutes, and then my orange button or red button, that's my start. Just in case. Yes. I put my dishes and groceries up myself. Everything has a place and everything has to stay in its place. Because my family doesn't want me to ask them questions all the time, so if they move my stuff, they know they're going to get a question, so they don't move my stuff. I have my refrigerator labeled for ice,
Motion detected at the front door.
water, and light. There's motion at my door. Water. I also take a variety of medications. I sort them once a week. There's been a keeper. And it's raised so I can feel where I count. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's the day. Before I eat them, I take my meds. All right, folks, come and get it.